Okay, round one just getting underway of our first C-class Thai boxing bout of the evening, and this is the first fight on the show so far that's actually scheduled to go and be contested over 5 rounds. Fighting out the red corner in the black trunks, we have Kanwerbir Singh Khalsa, who is representing Akal Muay Thai, and his opponent in the blue shorts is Richard Clark, who's fighting out of Team Clark. Referee Chris Batchelor just keeping a close eye on this clinch action, just to make sure that there's enough work going on this in the actual clinch situation. Low kick there landed by Clark, not checked by Khalsa. Flurry of punches there getting through from Clark, and although they seem to be penetrating the guard of Khalsa and scoring points, not really seem to be throwing enough power from here to be doing any considerable damage or leaving Khalsa in a huge amount of trouble or feeling worried. But we'll see how the fight progresses. Very often in a Thai boxing bout, the fighters do start off a little bit slower, not quite as ferocious with their shots, almost feeling each other out, and that's a more traditional Thai style. But very often the Western fighters that adopt their own sort of methods. Again, another low kick there landed. You don't really want to let too many of those come through. It only takes 1 or 2 shots, and then you can start to see the welting and the damage straight off the bat. And then after a round or 2 of taking continual shots to the thighs, it's really, really hard to have the same mobility as you have beforehand. Some nice knees from both fighters scoring here and getting through. It's not just the points of scoring from these knees. That's the end of the first round. The referee going to separate these two. 4 rounds to go. We're just about to get started, and round number 2 of this Muay Thai bout, just locking the cage door, and we're back underway. And the pace looks like it's picked up dramatically already, just at the start of round 2 from the start of round 1. And as I say, in a lot of traditional Thai style fights, this is quite good. Referee Chris Batchelor is going to jump in there. I'm not sure whether elbows are allowed. Now, I think that's basically what's happening here. Khalsa just apologising there, obviously unaware of the fact that elbows, well, and it says no elbows at all, basically, is what. Little combination there getting through from Clark. Again, both of these guys in the clinch, for the most part, creating some distance so they can actually land those shots, not just to score the points, as I said earlier, but also with some power. Khalsa landed some nice shots getting through there, and again being closed up quite quickly by Clark. And I would say in the grappling, in the clinch so far, Khalsa seems to be doing a much better job of controlling a dominant position. You see where his hands are on top of his opponent's head, he's really controlling where he wants his opponent and scoring with those knees. Nice turning kick there landed. Some really clean shots being landed by Khalsa, not only scoring points, but really, really starting to slow his opponent down, take the wind out of his sails and controlling the momentum really well here. Clark not looking quite as comfortable in the clinch situation as his opponent. Looks like he'd rather literally create some distance and just trade shots. It looks like he's happier boxing and throwing those low kicks in. And strong push kick there, it's just knocked Khalsa off balance slightly. Not really done any damage, I don't think. And there we go, and that's the end of the second round. Just about to start, just shutting, locking, bolting that cage door, and then we are good to go. Here we go. Again, these fighters showing some respect, touching gloves, always good to see. But although they are fearsome competitors in the cage, absolute warriors, they are also gentlemen and sportsmen, which is great to see. Some nice shots, big hooks, swingy hooks being thrown there by Clark. Some of them starting to get through, but perhaps not with quite enough power. Nice low kick there, Clark landing straight on the outside of the thigh there from Khalsa. So he doesn't seem to be adverting his mobility at all at the moment. But as I say, knowing from personal experience, it doesn't take a huge amount that start affecting your ability in there. Not only can't you move, I think that was a bit more of a sweep than it actually was a shot. And again, Batchelor just saying, you know, throw a clean kick, but, you know, sweeps. Here we go again, Khalsa maintaining that Thai style clinch really well. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. He's complaining of a bit of a low blow. I didn't see it myself, but you can see the discomfort on his face, to say the least. So referee Batchelor will give Khalsa a moment to recover from this, just regain his composure, get his breath back, and we're back underway. Very quick break there. Nice wide cross there, just getting through, and Khalsa now switching from the kind of the clinch work that he's been doing before, and now throwing some really strong looking shots. And those knees, not only is he really now starting to tear away from his opponent in terms of the points he's scored in the clinch. He looks like he's really hurting him with those knees to the body. Nice right cross there, just finding its way through. And that's the end of the third round. Round 4, the scheduled 5-rounder is starting off with exactly the same pace as every other round has. Oh, strong looking knee there, landed into the midsection of Clark, and he seems to be taking quite a few of those now. Clark with a big overhand right, not quite getting through, but he's literally looking for that big shot now. I think he's starting to sense that he may be behind on points here. He really hasn't been keeping up with his opponent in terms of keeping up with the sort of knees and the control of the grapple that perhaps he should have. So it's almost as if he's looking for that big shot to try and end this now. But it's really hard to be throwing those big shots from start to finish. It's really quite draining. A little bit of damage starting to appear on the face of Clark now. He's been caught with a little bit of blood starting to appear from the nose area. Just missing that overhand right, but then narrowly avoiding a shot. So yeah, there's quite a lot of blood now coming from the nose of Clark. Some of those shots really getting through. And again, he's looking for that big shot. Almost looks a bit, and they're spinning back fist. Referee Chris Batchville will stop, I believe, and just give Clark a quick warning. Amateur Thai boxing, there is no spinning back fist allowed. There's a warning for each one of these fighters now, one for elbows, one for spinning back fists. These guys just getting carried away and caught in the heat at the moment. Solid shots there being landed by Khalsa. Body in the head, the body in the head. Clark looking like he's in a little bit of trouble here, backed up against the cage. Really wants to try and turn his opponent here and get out of this situation, but luckily referee Bachelor is going to split these two up. And that's the end of the 4th round. Cracking stuff. Round will get underway as soon as the bolt locks on that door, and here we go, the decider of this electrifying C-class Thai boxing fight. All to do for Clark here. He knows, I think in the back of his mind, that he really needs that big knockout or a huge round. Blood really starting to appear from the nose rapidly now. It's bleeding quite profusely from Clark. Obviously showing the wear and tear of this extreme fight. Really frantic clinch work now coming from Khalsa, but Bachelor's going to separate these two. Not enough going on in that clinch exchange here. Right cross there from Clark. Not enough snap behind it to end this fight. And Clark really looks like he's starting to feel the effects of this fight now. It's really starting to slow down. The pace is really slow and he's breathing really heavy. His mouth's wide open. He must be careful he doesn't get caught with a shot as he did there. Right cross there, just getting through from Khalsa. And again, those shots really starting to get through now. Clark looks like he's in trouble. He looks like he's in trouble. He's taking shots to the body, shots to the head. And those knees, every time Khalsa is throwing those knees, they're really getting through. And they're getting a really menacing shot to the body. It's the end of an absolutely explosive 5 rounds of fight. And you're going to be tired, you're going to be shattered. But Clark just needs to dig deep, just needs to find that little bit extra. He's really looking in trouble now. Those knees landing every single time. They're going to take the wind out of you. Well, looking like, oh, a little overhand right, just getting through there. Khalsa literally sensing that his opponent's in trouble, seeing that steely look of determination in his face, focused, absolutely focused on getting this job done. And it's everything Clark can do just to reach that last little bit of strength, that last little bit of energy, and he held on to the end. Win or lose or draw, he stood there and fought till the bitter end. Absolute warrior.
The judges have reached a unanimous decision. Ladies